Hello everyone. Today I wish to share my views on reservation system, that too from an unreserved category candidate, but that views are with the lens of equity. Since the inception of this policy of reservation in education and public employment, the primary grievance often voiced by the candidates from the unreserved category has been that despite securing higher marks or ranks, they are denied admissions or selections for the candidates with comparatively lower scores from the reserved category. I must admit, even I have felt the same frustration at times. Selections in principles are based on merit. However, the exceptions carved out for reserved category candidates often leads to feelings of discontent among those who fall outside the ambit of reservation. It is natural to question how it is justifiable to deny an opportunity to a candidate with higher marks in favor of someone with lesser marks for the same post or institution. But what we often fail to realize in such moments is that our understanding is confined to one side of the picture only, that is for selection. We seldom look beyond that to the realities that necessitated the policy of reservation. Personally, I may not fully subscribe to the historical arguments of caste based operations because I have never discriminated against anyone on the basis of caste. Yet, I cannot deny the harsh truth reflected in the countless incidents we continue to witness across the country, in news, on our social media, or in our immediate surroundings too. Take, for instance, the unfortunate case of an IPS officer from Haryana who took his own life. Despite being an officer of the rank of ADGP and his wife serving as a senior IAS officer, he was allegedly subjected to caste based harassment. The fact that a person holding such a position, empowered through the education and service, could still be forced to such a tragic decision reveals that caste based discrimination persists in our society even today. I am not going to on the allegations that has been made against such a IPS officer by an ASI officer who himself took his life because those talk are not relevant here. For me, what I feel is if an IPS officer is not insulated from such prejudice, one can only imagine the challenges faced by others belonging to marginalized communities. Incidents like these reinforce the continued relevance of reservation system, not as a privilege, but as a means of protection and representation. While it is true that many from the unreserved category advocate for a gradual end to reservation, and even the Honorable Supreme Court in one of its decisions has said that reservation cannot continue indefinitely. The ground reality tells us that until caste based discrimination, harassment, and social stigma completely vanish, the need for such protection measures will remain. However, I also believe that responsibility lies on both sides. How? First of all, to my fellow citizens from the unreserved category, I urge let us ensure that our behavior, words, and actions are entirely free from caste based prejudice, especially in public life. True equality always begins with the respect. And for my friends from the reserved category, I feel let's humility and courtesy accompany every act of public duty of yours because the person maybe you are dealing may have stood somewhere higher in merit against you in the same competition which get you to the position which you are holding today. So if both sides make sincere efforts in this direction, I truly believe that the gap between the reserved and unreserved categories can be narrowed considerably. In my view, our society will eventually evolve from being caste based to class based, but that transformation may take another few decades. It is upon us, the present generation, to hasten that transition through empathy, awareness, and fairness. Let us strive to build a nation where no individual feels discriminated against, where opportunities are earned and respected, and where unity is not defined by caste but by our shared commitment to justice and equality. Thank you.